Because the next moment I had to cry on my shoulder.
I'm not discounting that.
I'm not discounting either, but I'm saying it's a thing where you have us here as people, you have God, and then this is what happened. We got to go through all these different things to get primarily the source. Primarily the source. One of the things I have a problem with, in Christianity, people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like.
Okay.
Jesus is our brother. Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my Father?
I just gotta say something.
What?
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible, I listen to the Bible, I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
No, the question is, have you read the Bible? No, you need to go read the Bible again. Because what I see during this interview, I see one believer of God and I see him amongst a bunch of non-believers. NLE CHOPPA is 22 years old and he took these elder men to school. He cooked every last one of them. Look up the book of Susanna. It was a young prophet by the name of Daniel. He had the spirit of discernment. He was so smart amongst the elders. This is important because in the Bible, young men have knowledge as well. Just because you have age over somebody don't mean that you're smarter than them in wisdom. First of all, I'm happy that they did get together because this is starting a conversation in the black community amongst black males. These guys who go to church, a lot of them are married and they're still sleeping with other men. The modern day church isn't the back in the day church in ancient times. It's not the same thing. Age in number is not the same as age in spirit. We should not be worshiping Jesus. We should be worshiping God through Jesus. He sent his only son to lead by an example, to show us how he wants us to walk as men. This thing made me mad because this is what happens in real life. Some older black men feel as though that they could belittle what a younger black man is saying because they are not of age. And this is the problem in the black community. And these people in the modern day church, they do not believe, bro. They don't believe like the Bible tell them to believe. They are man worshipers. Let's get into it, man.
I want to open up the table to all of y'all to talk and tell me how y'all feel about this topic of black men and mental health.
There's one thing you said about prayer, and this is what I realized in the community, and this is something that I was doing. And when I tell people about prayer, the relationship with God is not a one-way street. So sometimes we come to God and we always praying for things, praying for signs, praying for blessings, praying for clarity. But prayer is also a space to where we sit down and supposed to listen.
Yeah.
So if you don't have enough discernment to decipher between what voice is of God and what voice is of the other side, or even your own curated thoughts, I feel like that's when people walk astray. But one thing that God has been strengthening in my life recently is the inner voice that he's put on the inside of me to trust.
Off the gate, he's relaying his message. He's being straightforward, and I want y'all to see he's about to cook way more. We ain't even scratched the surface yet. So this brother right here is called Dr. J. Barnett. He begins to tell a story about mental health, but he goes on to share a story about how he always felt like unaliving himself. So Kirk Franklin asked the other guys, dude, did y'all ever go through stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to preface that.
What makes you happy, King?
Man, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This refreshing to hear, man. For real, man. Glad you overcame that, man, because one of the greatest gifts God give us is life. Yes, and that's one of the main things he's been teaching me with, you know. I think happiness, people trying to seek happiness in the wrong places, it just comes from gratitude. It's about being thankful for what's already around you. And once you start to count that, you know, once you start to dim down the needs and the wants, want for nothing and just accept and flow with what he's already providing and offering for you, That's when true happiness comes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, one of the main things God told me is the greatest gift is life. I relate to that. I tried to take my life before. My daughter, when she was being conceived, she gave me something to live for. So, you know, happiness does come from the
What
children.
took you
as
to
well.
that point in your life where you felt that space where you tried to even take your own life?
Man, it came to a space to where I had everything I wanted, but nothing I needed. So it was like,
God!
you know, everything of my wants, it was reachable. Money, cars, clothes, women, of course, all the things that's in the other side of the promise.
How
know
old
what
are
I'm
you?
saying? I was around 17. This was like after I had blew up. Around 16, a few months into me blowing up, receiving breakthrough, it started to become a point to where I started to veer a little left. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I always relate to the book of Job. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at the end of the day, it was just everything was a testament to faith. But the attacks, you know, they started to increase, but still my faith never changed on, you know, who the ultimate provider was, and that's the Most High God.
When you start to listen to these other brothers, which we are going to play, they're going to start insinuating how God is not there for them. I'm going to say Jonathan Majors was most dismissive towards NLE CHOPPA. I feel as though he was intimidated by his intellect.
You said this at the top. You know, we as black men have to talk about mental health, right? Like, I agree. But we are all born into a society in which our narrative, right? Our narrative as black men, we're born into a narrative that puts us downhill.
Yeah.
And then you end up having to pretend that you're somebody that you're not to get through certain doors that I got through, right?
Y'all remember the clip where Noriega said, "There's a door." Do y'all remember when him and Michael B. Jordan had took that picture? He was doing some stuff he ain't had no business doing to get up in Hollywood, y'all. Let's get it, man.
Right? You don't get through an Ivy League door, you know, behaving a certain way, thinking a certain way, or letting people know you think a certain way. That didn't happen.
I think as a black man, we have to know we are at war.
Is the pressure that you feel being connected as being a black man, or just you just feel it in general?
I don't feel pressure. I feel honored. You know what I'm saying? I feel honored. Because I'm a firm believer when that pressure is being formed, that's what creates the diamonds. You know what I'm saying?
Have you always been there?
I have not always been there, but I just recently came to that space, and now I understand why I had to go through it.
Let me ask you this, NLE. What led you to discovering that it was an honor to feel the pressure?
And I also want to hear from Ray J too, as a young gun too.
Yeah.
What led me to discovering what made me feel it was an honor is because our job as a black man is to go through the obstacles, to be able to uplift the other people that have not overcame the obstacles. And it's still a, you know, it's a war. We win one battle and then we move on to the next. We climb one mountain and then we gotta go to the next.
Yeah.
But service to others is one of the most important things, you know, and even a wise man once said, to piggyback off Jonathan, service to others is what pays our rent in heaven. Heaven can be accomplished right here.
Who's been teaching you? What you been reading? What you been doing? This because how old are you? 20?
I'm 22.
Yeah.
22.
So
They're marveling at his wisdom, at his knowledge. Do you know who else they marveled like that over? Daniel. Daniel was a young man. Who else? King David was a young man when he defeated Goliath. God raised up young men as well.
Just real quick, before we move on, pressure, and then you also said celebrity, famous. I just think one thing we always have to realize is that we're not famous, we are not celebrities. Our anointment comes from a higher power. So once we are anointed, we're supposed to use it in a certain manner. And, you know, we go back to Jesus. He was anointed, but he was crucified in the span of being anointed. People didn't like him.
how old
People
are you?
22.
Yeah.
I do feel like once we start to separate the saying famous and celebrity,
But
and
I
just
do
put
think
in that
that's-
you anointed. Bro.
No, I believe
Yeah.
that. But I also think we are celebrities and famous. Like, I don't think, because I rejected that. I'm like, bro, I'm not famous. I'm not no celebrity, bro. I'm
we
just
just want to do what we do.
yeah, I'm just making videos on the internet, bro. I'm not like,
But it's deeper, it's bigger than that, because it's somebody watching you that does not look at you like you just who. When you look in the mirror, you see Kev, you see who you are. But when someone else look at you, they see something that they want to be.
that's why I feel like I'm famous or a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those people don't know me for me.
But they see God's hands on you. That's
No,
all
for
I'm saying.
sure.
They see the I think my
I'm
thing
separating
is,
those two.
Yeah,
I think God's hand on my life, plan on my life is
Yes.
one thing.
Yes, sir.
And then the way the world sees me, or you know how I'm perceived, is a separate thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I wanted to ask a question before we got too far. Both of y'all brothers shared, you shared what you almost did and you did not. I'm curious what brought you out of that. Like, how did you, what was your thought process to be like?
They still on the subject of unaliving themselves. Dr. J. Barnett said he went through it as well.
Release that pain, we begin to harm ourselves.
I mean, listen, guys. There's a lot going on right now at this table. I got a lot going through my head right now. I'm just gonna move through it really quick, but I got something to say, right? So it's like this. So in that space, like I hear you, young brother. Like I hear you. You know what I mean? I really do. And I hear you too, Kev.
Y'all caught that? I hear you, young brother. I hear you, young brother. I really do. These are tactics to make you feel small.
But in that dark space, like nothing, sorry, like bad news, Kirk. Like nothing's getting you out. Nothing's getting you. Like, and I don't want to talk about that. Oh, my babies. Oh, my career. Oh, my life. Oh, my. No, that's horseshit. That's horseshit. If you had something to hold on to, you wouldn't be in that space.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
He's telling you that he don't have no faith. Remember, in the beginning, when you're appreciative of the small things in life, then you would know I have something to hold on to.
My baby girl wasn't gonna get me out. My mama told me I can't get you out.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Megan couldn't get me out.
And your mama preacher.
My mama preacher.
And your mama
you know what I mean? Like,
preacher.
no one's talk about that. Like we can talk about like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I feel like let's cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, out of the dark place, right? Like.
I disagree. I disagree.
Well, respect, young brother.
The road leads back to two. No man, no woman, no kid, no pet can, but God can. The road leads back to two. And my thing is this.
They don't have no faith in God, bro.
If we understand and connect, man, listen, I just sat down for 3 to 4 months. I took a break. I could have made $4, $5, $6, $10 million. I left it all on a plate to sit down because something in my spirit wasn't right. I sat down. I had to go back home. Got grounded. Stayed in my hometown, the most dangerous city that people crucify. Stayed there, planted my feet there, and went into 112-day seek. Every day I woke up, I went outside with my notebook, and I sat my feet in my grass, and I stood before a tree and in nature, and I just listened. And I wrote down everything. I jotted it. I got a journal. I got 4 or 5 journals stacked over 3 or 4 months. It's like a Bible. The Most High God fed to me every day, every second. When I woke up, He'll wake me out of my sleep. He gave me dreams, people that I needed to get away from me, snakes, rats, whomever. He put everything under a microscope in my life.
When you think you God, you can never sit in silence. When you think you can control everything that's around you, you would never sit down and listen. What NLE CHOPPA is saying, he had to choose him. I choose me, I'm sorry. He chose the quietness over the millions of dollars. Jonathan Majors, the rest of these guys, they think that they can control it. Bro, sit your ass down, be quiet, and listen in silence. God will feed you everything. Listen to this pathetic ass shit that Kirk Franklin is about to say.
There are times when I can say that my walk with God, NLE, has not been enough. And it was hard for me to admit that. There's going to be these views that are not black and white views, but these are our perspectives.
Yeah,
but I think-
but there's so many brothers who find themselves, and I am one of them. You know what I mean? Who find themselves in situations and they're hearing in the back of their head, oh, but your baby, oh, but God, oh, but.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's that moment where you look for it, right? And it's not there, and then you jump.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
we gotta be very careful, famous celebrity people, right? Putting rules down, telling folks this is how it goes. No. That is dysfunctional.
So
Right?
let me
The
say that-
same way they
right,
say,
I'm
the
sorry,
same
go
way they
ahead.
say black men should behave a certain way. That's like saying a Christian should behave a certain way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not. It's not fair, right? It's not fair, and it
Right.
puts that individual in a place where they have no escape.
Why don't you speak to that, Doc?
Well,
This comes from trying to be in control. That's where this come from. Have you ever heard of the phrase let go and let God? If you think you're in charge, you're going to end up just like them.
I like how you were transparent, Kirk, because as a son of a pastor, and you're so on point. And I think what Jonathan is saying is you are right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not true, but I couldn't say anything. And I'm saying, God, where are you now? Right? It was like a Job moment because you're like, why is this happening to me?
But my thing is these, well, I said the road leads back to two. All of these obstacles is for you to strengthen the relationship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's all.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying.
you're
So
right.
if it's
No,
a
absolutely.
if it's a misunderstanding there, I'm not saying. Hold on one second.
I
I'm
want
not
you to know
saying
you're okay.
Yeah, man. No, I'm over good.
Good.
I know it's no rule. I'm not saying it's a set rule on how to be this or how to be that, because one thing me and Kirk is a firm believer of is no man of perfection. It's only a man of progress.
Right.
My thing is the things that I went through, same thing you went through, same thing you went through, same thing you going through, same thing you go through, same thing. No matter what age or none of that shit. It's all built to create the foundation of your relationship with the Most High. That's why I said the road leads back to two. I'm not religious. I'm not Christian. I'm not none of these things. I just believe in God. I go straight to source.
Right.
Feel me?
But here's what I want to
I
say.
get what you're saying. I get how what I'm saying could be.
No.
a
I'm
thing to where-
not even
because-
saying
Yeah,
that.
man.
I'm just speaking from my experience, not even directly to what you said or what you meant.
No, I receive it.
But what John and Jay was saying, it's like when I was young, that made sense, right? I'm not.
What
this is not
made
ageist.
sense? What made sense?
What you're saying?
Y'all caught it? When I was young, I used to think like that. Yeah, when I was young, like you is, you young. This is why our elder black men are failing the younger black men. They think that they're better than them.
God, somehow, this is going to make sense because God's going to make it make sense. God has a plan. And that was true for me when I was young, right? When I got older and when my brother died, and as a child, it's just, God kind of called him home. God had a better plan for him. No man understands God's thing. When I was a kid in that, with somebody else's grandma, somebody else's brother, that was cool. And I'm even telling them that. Yeah.
You see how they all in agreement with him? Oh, yeah. Ooh, come on, Kev. Ooh, Kev. Look at Kev. Fuck out of here, man. Your faith was tested. Anybody's faith could get tested. You got to know what time it is. And everybody talking about this Job stuff. Oh, yeah, it was like a Job moment. If it's like a Job moment, you would know that God will allow Satan to test your faith. If y'all read the Bible, you would know that God allows the devil to test you to see where you at in your faith.
Yeah, don't worry about it. God's got you. Jesus is here. Jesus, just pray. Jesus died for this. All of a sudden, after 40 years of saying that stuff, and I'm not saying you don't believe it, because I believe it too. Oh yeah, God's got you, brother Key. I'm praying for you, right? And I'm hearing that until it was me. And then you're looking at God like, where?
But did he have you? Did he? My thing
Here's
is,
the
hold
thing.
up, did God have you though? Did he not?
I don't
or
believe he did. That's my.
He said, I don't believe he did. I told you, NLE is surrounded by a bunch of non-believers, bro. They believe in that white Jesus Christ on their grandmother wall. That's who they believe.
That's my truth.
You said you didn't know then, or you still don't know now?
Still now.
You don't
and
know.
also in the Bible, people in the Bible were like, Jesus was like, I don't understand what is
Because
happening.
it's not meant for you to understand.
Right, but this is what I'm saying though. Hear what I'm saying. In that moment, when my brother, right, and we talking about the celebrity, fame, and all this type of stuff, and I'm sure we all know this, that your circle of like actual trust people that you know if everything about you that everybody loves was gone,
Okay.
the amount of people who will be like, hey brother, you Uber, I don't care, come by the house, we're playing Uno.
Okay.
That amount of people that you really actually trust is usually less than 5 people, maybe 2 or 3 people.
1000%.
Right? For me, one of those 2 people is gone.
1000%.
So now it's like, and then you have people at the church, at the funeral, oh brother, God's got you. Okay, I hear y'all, okay? But that person is gone.
Do you know what we're talking about? Let me tell
Spiritual bypass.
No.
Is he gone though? Is that person really gone?
That
energy
is dead.
But if energy never died, nigga,
No,
only
no,
be
no.
Let me ask you this,
are they really gone?
NLE.
They not on NLE's level. This what NLE don't even understand. These modern day church people, they have exalted themselves to a level where as though if anything happens in their life, they're like, oh man, I don't even believe in God no more. I go to church every Sunday. I go to church even on Wednesday and Thursday. Should nothing be happening to me.
Let me tell you what's happening, Kim. Let me tell you what you're dealing with at the table. I'm gonna share something with you.
He know what he's dealing with.
But no, and
I'm dealing
and I respect
with the
it.
same. I deal with
and
that.
I know that you
I
are.
deal with the way I deal with people dying in the most violent way, and I gotta go to their funerals, pay for them motherfuckers, and they mama had to cry on my shoulder.
Talk that talk.
I'm not discounting that.
I'm not discounting either, but I'm saying.
Well, no, first of all, I am very grateful that the space for conversation is just happening.
Me too, bro.
And understand, I'm happy that this conversation is being had as well because these people are exposing themselves.
But I do want you to know,
Different point of view.
and I do want you to know what you're also walking into is because
I know what I'm walking into.
Well, if you don't mind,
Yes, sir.
if I can frame it like this, if you don't mind, just give me a second, and I really appreciate that. You're also talking to people, and I want to go to this with you, Ray J. It's because you were raised in the church too. This is what you're also doing. See, you had, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I need your help on this. You weren't raised in church, were you?
My grandmother on my dad.
You see how they try to discredit him? You wasn't raised in the church, so you ain't like us. He's cooking their ass. They need something on them.
Dad's side took my pops to church 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes 2 times a day.
What about you?
I'm a product of that.
Okay.
That veered my father away from church.
Wow.
I wasn't in church every day and all this.
Good,
Every
good.
Sunday. I was not. I can't say.
Which is
but
good.
I still receive what he felt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
generational thing.
yes,
that gets
yes,
passed
sir.
down.
Yes, sir.
So whether I feel it the way he felt it or not, I still feel it secondhand. You feel me?
Well, let me tell you why I said that. It's because I appreciate and love when people did not have to be forced to go to church and have stuff thrown down their throats, because it gives them a different way to paint their picture of the journey.
I get what
So
you're
if you-
saying. But going to church isn't the solution, man.
No,
I get-
I'm not disagreeing with you, King. I'm sharing with you what you're walking into.
And I
What's
receive
happening at the
that. I
table is that
understand.
for a lot of us, let's call it what it is, religious trauma.
I understand.
What we're
that.
dealing with a lot at this table is because we
I do agree with this part. Kirk Franklin is saying that he's basically saying that these guys are not like you. So it's really all connecting with each other. Their wisdom ain't built up like yours because they was built up in trauma. I'm telling you, if y'all knew what was going on in these modern day churches, bruh, get up out of them. They're not teaching the word of the Lord. They're teaching man worship.
We have had people make us feel
You
bad.
know why though? It's a thing where you have us here as people, you have God, and then this is what happened.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
We got to go through all these different things to get primarily the source. Primarily the source. You know what I have a problem with? One of the things I have a problem with, and it may be controversial. A lot of people may say this and may say that. I don't like, let me say it in a manner to where it's extremely intelligent. Let me think on it. In Christianity, It's a thing where people praise the son more than they praise the father.
Talk the talk.
And that's what I don't like.
Okay.
Because if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
Good.
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible, I listen to the Bible, I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question.
But NLE CHOPPA, he handled it right. Oh, yes, sir. This dude don't know nothing, bro. All Jonathan Majors care about is his new wife and his medication. That's all he give a damn about. He don't care. Here's a clip where Ray J trying to hop on a bandwagon and try to belittle NLE CHOPPA because of his age.
When I was 22, bro, nobody could tell me nothing. 22, 23, 24, 34, 36, right? It's all different. 42, 40, right? It's different. But in his situation, he's right there. And that's where it's at. So it don't matter what we say about the years that we put in after and what happens to the years after that is a little bit different and it gets a little trickier, right? But when I was 22, when I'm 22, that's all you can tell me. And the OGs, they used to tell me shit, and I'd be like, for sure, OG, much respect. All right, cool. That nigga don't know what he's talking about in my mind and walk away, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I always show
We all did.
You know,
Yeah.
you got what I'm saying?
Nah.
He like,
NLE CHOPPA not like that, though. He not like that.
for sure. He like, and I'm telling you, man. He's like, all right, man. All right, OG, all right. And you like, you don't know what you're talking about because I know what I'm talking about, right? But 22 and 32 is different, and 42 is different. And the way you going is, like, if you keep your head on straight like that and know that at any time, everything could change, like in 1 second.
It's
And
already done. It's done it multiple times, yes sir.
Meaning what?
And it's done. It's changed multiple times.
But what I'm saying is, no, it is, but it hasn't changed. Like, you don't understand it yet. You don't
I
understand,
don't understand what yet.
what 32 looks like.
Yeah, I do not. I do not. You're
Now,
right.
what 42 looks like. There's no but to it.
No, it is a
Yes,
but.
it is a
The
but.
way that you looked at the OGs and you said you don't know what you're talking about is the same way I look at the OGs and I receive what I can and I take it with a grain of salt and apply what I can't. I apply what I can and I leave what I can't. You feel me?
But
So,
are
like,
you,
even
but are you
talking
eager?
about-
But are you eager to listen tonight?
Have I not?
I don't think so. Not yet.
It's all good. If you don't think
Bruh, the whole conversation, you had your head down, bro. Do you see? This is the problem.
I listen, that ain't
No,
for
no,
you to
not-
think. I
no.
know I'm listening though. I listen to this brother's story and I relate. I relate. Listen to this brother's story. I relate. He said he was, hold on, he said he overdosed. And nobody talk about time when I drove into a tree, to a light pole trying to, you know.
Wow.
I got my own instances too. I'm just, you know, I'm a little bit too, probably it looks as if I'm trying to keep it hidden.
No, it
But if I put it on the front line and I just go step by step, day by day, y'all will say, damn, you went through all of that?
These young black men out here, they are experiencing a lot in a little time span.
Too. That's why I'm so far ahead, because I've already lived enough and I've learned. See,
So you feel like you feel like you're far ahead. How far do you feel like you're
I feel
ahead?
I'm far enough ahead to
saying,
have
how
a
far?
conversation with y'all, because I bet if y'all bring another 22-year-old, he won't be able to talk like this. You feel me? I feel mature.
Talk like what?
Talk.
See, Ray J trying to fucking play God. This shit get me mad, bro.
Know what
You
you
sound intelligent and you sound like
I
you
don't like
mean
that.
well, but you just have no clue of what this thing is.
What the thing is.
The
What
thing
is the
is,
thing?
the thing
But-
is time.
No.
But-
I want to hear him.
Time.
Time, right?
Time.
Time.
Not timing, but time.
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 Within time, what do you feel is going to be revealed within time that I'm
So-
not already understanding?
all right, so-
I get what- I'm listening.
And I think what Ray J is really saying, Arthur C. Brooks talk about crystallized knowledge and fluid knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And crystal knowledge is what we've acquired with age and with time.
Yes, sir.
And I would see which honor and respect yours is fluid. And what he's saying is there's
Don't get me wrong. There's some truth to what they're saying, but Ray J is trying to antagonize this young brother, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video, man. When I first started seeing little snippets of it, it had me heated. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Big Cash signing out. I'm going, y'all.